Good morning. Hi, baby. You want to take him from me? Okay. Seriously, best daddy ever. No, bud, stay in here. Hold on, y'all. Come on. Come get your bone. Go ahead. Go get your bone. Come on. Go get it. Good morning. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Coffee Talk. How is everybody doing today? The day after Halloween, you're all in like a sugar coma. I don't know what it was last night. There wasn't as many kids out as usual. I don't know why. It felt weird to me. I'm used to there being a lot more kids. I broke my nail, like all the way down. I gotta cut these things. They're too long. Hey, Shan. I love you. So anyway, Halloween was good last night. As you may have read, Olivia went trick-or-treating last night with her friends for the first time, like by themselves, a big group. And I was shocked last night when she said that she missed me and wanted to go with me next year. I was shocked because that's so not Olivia. She's like Miss Independent. And also it takes a lot for her to admit that she missed me. So I want to talk about that for a second. So we focus so much on the love languages of the people that we date or the people that we marry, right? Like Michael's love language. And we talk so much about those relationships when truthfully the relationships that we have with our children are the most, well, and the Bible says it's with your spouse, but I always say, well, Jesus wasn't a father. Remember that. That might be why. But truthfully, the relationship you have with your children is equally as important. And we don't take into consideration that each child has a different love language. And as mothers, a lot of times they don't sync with our own. And sometimes it's incredibly painful because as a mother, all you want to do is love your child, communicate with your child, be affectionate with your child. And they may be the type of child who receives physical touch very well or verbal affirmation very well, and they need those things and they want those things. And or they may be a child who physical touch is their last love language. And the thought of you hanging on them or hugging them or kissing them is very uncomfortable for them. Hi, my name is Jamie, and I have a child whose love language is completely different than mine. Olivia does not need physical touch unless she asks for it. She does not want it at all, and she's not joking. You know how some people are like, don't touch me, but really they want you to touch them? That's not Olivia. If Olivia was the violent type, which she isn't, and you clutched on her, she would punch you. That's how she feels. Get off me. She's not verbal affirmation. Don't call a lot of attention to me. Don't make a big deal. When she comes down the stairs in the morning and I say, you look beautiful this morning, I have learned it's tiny doses of verbal affirmation for Olivia. Anything more than that, she shuts me out and it becomes almost embarrassing for her. So all I'm allowed to say is, your hair looks beautiful. Done. Cannot say another word. That is it. I used to, before I respected her love language, before I respected her boundaries, I used to say, oh my God, you look so beautiful. I can't take it. Come here, let me kiss you, let me hug you. And all she could think was, get off me, stop talking. Why are you doing this? Stop looking at me. And it actually had the opposite effect. The more I Susaned her, and let's be honest, that's where I get it from, the less she wanted any attention. So she stopped doing her hair. She stopped, like, she just, and I was like, oh, we don't want that. It is hard. My love language is physical touch. So it is the way that I receive love. I am in a relationship with my child who does not want me to touch her. So I have to struggle to find the small wins with her. She does not talk willingly. She does not offer up anything willingly. She is a Sullivan all the way to her core. And there is a struggle with that. Because as a mom, it is a thankless job a lot of times. And we work our asses off and we make sacrifices and we fight for them and we want to feel appreciated and loved. And when your child speaks a different love language than you, you know, I remember a friend of mine adopted a child from China, and the child didn't speak English. And for the first month or something, they recommended that she wear the child on a Bjorn. And the child was like 18 months old or 2 years old. I'm like, that child is too old for a Bjorn. And she was like, yeah, but they say it'll be for the bonding. And this kid always looked miserable. And all I could think is, physical touch is not that kid's love language. And the kid doesn't speak the language. Like, this can't be right. This kid is looking for something else. Because this kid is always screaming and kicking and does not want to be held in that Bjorn. And that's, I think, how Olivia feels. Whenever I surround her with physical touch, she's like, ugh. Her dad, too. Michael loves me. He loves me more than anything in this world, except for his children. But even when every day I hug and kiss him, whether he likes it or not, because it's what I need. And if you want me to stay in this marriage and show up every day and blah, 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 I have to come take what I need because you're not going to give it to me. Are Max and Charlie the same way? No. Max, verbal affirmation is his first love language. You tell Max he's doing a great job or you love him. Every time I say, I love you, Max, I love you too, Mama, right away. When I tell Olivia I love her, I say, I love you, Olivia. She goes, she acknowledges, does not reciprocate, acknowledges. First of all, Penn Russell says, maybe you let them watch too much TV and video games. Hold on. Maybe you should have been more of a mother. Penn Russell, maybe you should suck my dick. That was fun. That was really fun. Anyway, sorry for the language, folks. Every once in a while, you gotta let them know. Anyway, it's so funny because my kids don't have any video games. They're not allowed to play video games. And they're allowed to watch 30 minutes of TV a day. So I think we're good. Anyway, so Charlie also is, why as a woman does it feel so good to tell somebody to suck your dick? It's amazing. We don't even have a penis. I don't have a penis. But for some reason, there is some very satisfactory, I don't know what the word is, thing to tell somebody to do that. I don't know why. So weird. Because we don't have penises, but I'm quick to tell somebody to suck one. And every time I do, Michael giggles. He giggles. He thinks it's so funny. I don't think he's ever heard a woman say that before me, which I know, Betsy. I know. Sorry, Nicole. All right. So my point is that it isn't easy. It is not easy to parent a child who speaks a completely different language than you. It is not easy to love a hurting child who does not receive love the way you know how to give it. That's the other thing. When I was hurting as a child, my mother only knew how to try to make me feel better with her love language. She didn't know how to meet me where I was, and it's okay. She did a good job, and that's fine. I try very hard to when my children are hurting, to use their love language to meet them where they are. And it is hard. It is hard because when Olivia's hurting, all I want to do is hug her and kiss her and tell her I love her and tell her it's going to be okay. And she does not receive that. She doesn't receive it. I don't think you guys understand. Like, it would be like me coming up to you and speaking French to tell you something really important. If you don't speak French, you can't receive the message. So when Olivia's hurting and I come and hug her, she doesn't receive that. She rejects it. And I have to find a way to get to her in a way that she can receive it. And y'all, this parenting thing is very hard. It is very hard. It just is. Anyway, I just want you to know, any of you that are out there who go through the same thing that I go through, trying to parent a child who does not receive love the way that you know how to give it. The work is in figuring out the way your child receives love and then giving it to them in that way. It's not about you. That's what I had to relinquish, is control. Well, why can't she just love like me? Why can't she just receive my hugs? Why can't that be enough? Because she can't receive it. Because she literally can't receive it. And with Michael, you know what? I go, you're an adult. You're going to be 56 years old if I want to hug you and smack your ass and kiss you on your face, and you're going to stand there frozen and pray for it to end. Tough shit. That's how it's going to go. I don't care. But my child, I cannot do that to her. Olivia's love language is acts of service. She does not want me to hug her to make it better. What she wants is for me to say, do you want me to lay down next to you? Okay, I'll just lay here. That's what she wants. She wants me to just lay there. I can't touch her. Don't talk. Just lay next to me. It is so painful for me because I want to hug her. I want to kiss her. I want to smell her. I want to tell her, I love you. It's all going to be okay. Mommy's here. I'm going to make it better. I'll kick anybody's ass for you. You're amazing. You're the smartest person ever. She doesn't receive any of it. None of it. And maybe one day Olivia's love language will change as she grows and evolves. But I will tell you, her father's love languages have never changed. Ever. Although he is different with his children. Very physically affectionate with his children. Compared to Susan, no. But compared to me, how he is with me, yes. So, I sometimes feel like I'm not doing my job because she wants me to just lay there and be in the room. And that to me feels like I'm not really doing anything. But to her, it's everything. So I have to, you got to meet them where they are. And yes, Lisa, it is an act of service. So I also find that if you try, is Olivia different with her dad? Not really, no. Although they speak the same language, unspoken, they both need very little. Michael's love language is acts of service, and so is Olivia's, so they know how to instinctually satisfy one another. He never seeks to hug her, or like, you know, every once in a while she'll go sit on his lap and I feel a little jealous. I'm like, damn, he doesn't need that. He doesn't even want that. He doesn't even like that. I need that. But I think there's part of her that does it with him because he doesn't need it so bad. When I want to kiss her, she puts her head down and I have to kiss her forehead. Charlie, she's much more affectionate, but she's a bit of a manipulator. You got to be careful with that.
Go.
I don't think he knows you're talking to him.
Go back.
I love you. You too. I love you. You too. Yes. I love you. You too. Charlie? Watch. Olivia! Come here, baby doll. Come here, my love.
What?
Ma'am, I just wanted to lay eyes on you before you went to school. I haven't seen you all morning. You look pretty.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Okay.
Max? Olivia? Tell your brother I love him. Anyway. This is it. This is it. So, by the way, for the first 5 years of my marriage, I took it very personally. I took it very personally from Michael. And then I learned that it wasn't personal. Hey, Mare. So, yes, it was an obligatory hug. But by the way, guys, it isn't personal. You see, this is the thing that I have had to learn with my child. Olivia doesn't not hug me because she doesn't love me. She doesn't not hug me because she doesn't like me. She doesn't hug me like this because she is not comfortable with physical touch. It is not about me. It is about her. And once you learn that, and once you accept that, you'll be a much happier mother. Because I was miserable. No, Taylor, she's not in middle school yet. She's only in 5th grade. Samantha, what types of acts of service does Michael like? Michael likes when I say, absolutely, go play golf. I got the kids. Go. Have a great time. Michael likes, babe, I picked up dinner. It'll all be ready when you guys get home. Michael likes acts of service that contribute to his family unit. He needs very little for himself. The more I do for our children, the more in love with me Michael is. You know, it's complicated. Relationships are not easy. Ours certainly is not. Oh, okay, Taylor. Ours certainly is not. And parenting children is not easy. It's just a fact. Michael gives side hugs too. Michael? You need anything, babe? Do you need anything? Okay. Is Max okay? All right. I don't worry how Olivia will be in relationships when she gets older because she will find somebody who likes her love language. Michael and Olivia are both Aquarius. Typically, Aquarius are not acts of service as their love language, typically. All right. So I'm going to go because I need to shower. I love you guys so much today. I love you. Thank you for allowing me to come here and have this be a safe space to talk about my kids and my, hi Brand, my kids and my husband, and always, you know, there's no judgment here. I love that. It's always a really healthy discussion, which makes me happy. I love you guys so much today. Have a great, great day.